hear it?
I can hear it. Very nice.
Wonder what you've been hiding from me.
And now we're really listening to some music. With me in the studio is Anthony DeBryan, and he goes by Ant, and his music is Anthem. And I watched you on your YouTube channel, but I first met you when you slipped into a chair and happened to very casually introduce yourself and say, "Hey there, I'm a recording artist. How you doing?" So I am Liz Sterling. I am welcoming you into our program. I have a rap artist in the studio, and this is exciting for me because many, many years ago, what I learned is when you learn how to listen to rap music, it will enhance your brain's capacity to receive data and bits of information. I was like, I want to learn from you, man. Tell me what you know. So welcome to our program. This is the Sterling Spin, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
So I think I already said a couple of names, and when I get your emails, it's Chillin' with Anth.
Oh,
so
yes.
What's this chillin' business? Who's chillin' where?
Well, me, mostly just chilling.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time with myself, so that's just like my normal profile for emails. But being happy and content being alone, I guess, is what that's about.
Wow, that's pretty good. Wait a second. Okay, let me take my pulse because I think you're a kid, right? How old are you?
I'm actually 38. I'm going to be 39 February.
Okay,
So
you've got a couple
guess I'm
more
still a kid.
years on you. You are still a kid to me. So you have learned as an artist how to be okay with being with you.
Yes.
And is that the place where your artistry, your mastery, your creativity comes from?
I think it comes from multiple different places and has kind of evolved and grown as I have. I would say first, I've been inspired by my family. My father is a musician and got a doctorate degree in music, and he's a classical composer. He just composed a symphony on the life of Christ, and so that was actually premiered this last year.
Wow.
So I always had that to look up to as a father. My little brother kind of followed in his footsteps. He's a conductor of 2 symphony orchestras, and he actually was the one that got to premiere my father's symphony. So I come from a musical family. His wife's an opera singer. My nephew is like a guitar player and is a musician. So I've kind of followed my father's footsteps. So that was one inspiration. And then I also think a large part of that is how I've grown as an individual and music in my life. I mean, I went through so much as a teenager and as a young adult through my 20s where I was never really able to plant my feet in anything. And the only thing that was always there for me, the only thing I could actually plant myself into was music, put my seed into music because nothing else would stay around for me. So
It's so interesting you use that language, like plant your feet into music. Music is so ephemeral. It's like I can't hold music. I can't touch it, but you're talking about planting your feet in something that's like a reverberation.
I think that's the beauty of it is because no one can take that away from you.
Absolutely, because you don't even own it.
Right. I mean,
You don't
it's
even have
something
it.
that you can carry with you wherever you go. Of course, what you have at your disposal might dictate how you make your music. But if it's your passion and what you're going to do anyways, you're going to find a way to do it.
I love that word that you just used, your passion. So you've had life experiences, personal stories, family influences, and then you've had some ups and downs and traverses in life that have brought you to become, do you call yourself a rapper? And what is a rapper? Like, we might as well just get that on the table in the beginning.
Sure. I think of myself as a recording artist. I love to rap. I love the wordplay. I love the rhyme scheming. I love being able to play with rhythms. So I love all of that. But more importantly than that, I love the music of it and the poetry of it. And so I can't be content with just rapping about something. I like to sing. I like to put in melodies, even though I'm not the best singer. I really play with my medium, and I don't set any rules for myself or stick to a certain niche. I do whatever I feel like is speaking to me in the moment in which I'm making a piece. So I would consider myself an artist, a recording artist. You could call me a rapper if you wanted to, because that's not incorrect. I
I
do
mean,
it.
I can't call you a rapper unless I know what a rapper is.
Right.
So what, like
Sure.
a rap artist or a hip hop artist, are they the same?
Yeah.
Do they come out of the same genre? When did they
Right.
evolve? How's the
Right.
history of that? And when did you find yourself feeling some interest in using rhyme, rhythm,
Sure.
poetry in your music as a recording artist?
Sure. Well, rap, I'm sure lots of people know, but many of you may not know, stands for rhythm and poetry. And the way it came about in the 70s and 80s, when people are playing with music, they would have DJs get up there and be spinning records for groups. And they would get on the microphone and they would do what's called emceeing. And that's kind of how it started. And they would basically, get the party, direct the party with their voice while they're spinning the records.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
And
This is
so,
making sense.
And they start to like play, get into the music and they start rhyming. And it's like, it became a way of like leading the crowd. So that's where it started. And emceeing rap, was just another form for what that art ended up growing into. So rhythm and poetry. And I think maybe artists forget because they hear rap and some of the way that it's been influenced over the years, people rap about certain things that are kind of cliche or common. You hear a lot of. But I think people forget that rhythm and poetry. To me, it's really in line with like R&B soul, and that's why I think like rap and soul kind of go so well together.
It's fast, though. I mean,
It can be, but not
Oh,
always.
it can really? Rap can be slow?
It can be. Yeah, I think for me personally, I think it depends on the beat and the music. I think rapping fast can be amazing, but I also feel like if you're going to do it, you should still have your character and attitude into it. Just rapping fast for the sake of rapping fast is cool, but then it kind of becomes lifeless, especially when you squeeze that many syllables all at once to see how fast you can go. It's an incredible feat, but I think at
Do
the
that
same
for me.
what?
Give me one of those. Squeeze all the syllables. I want to hear it. Come on, give me a sample. I'm gonna grab something.
Oh man, I didn't think about this out the top of my head. I guess
Pull a song that you've already done. What do you have? You've like 6 albums already. You've been an active underground force in the
more
music
importantly-
industry over the last decade.
right.
I mean,
I think,
come on.
I think more
pull it out of
importantly,
the air.
I think more importantly, I like the interests of the wordplay. So like, yo, slow his own roll, yo, to control his own flow, so his own hoes are so disposed into their own role, soul to progress his own joes. You know how it goes when you're so stressed and messed, always get yours. Climb on the flow to get chose when you all knows how it goes when the dress one's frozen folds. When they blow their own nose and rows of their own blow and bolster on through your piles and piles of their own dough. So I
Whoa.
think for me, it's like more like that character. Rapping fast is great.
Wait
It's
a
almost
second.
like doing
Let
a
me just
kickflip.
hold on a second.
know?
Let me just grok what you just did. So this was my experience, right? Okay, a lot of words happening fast. Oh, there is some rhyme in there. Oh, I like it. It was the beat. My body started to move to it. So I wasn't so concerned about grabbing onto the words or holding on to anything. I let it move me. And it started moving through me. And then I was like with you, with the music. And there was a second in there. It was like, I wasn't me and you weren't you. It was like, we're here. It's us together. That was a nice experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I think it's fun to get lost in the music. For me, that's what it's about, and really expressing yourself in a moment. It's easy to get caught up with the past or the future. I think people get caught up on that, but I think as an artist, getting stuck in that moment is really
Being,
the
I
beauty of
mean,
it.
you said it before and you're saying it again. It's like being in the moment is really like there was no yesterday, no worry, no concerns, no anxiety. It's just like everything's okay for that moment. Have you used music in your life to help make things okay when they weren't?
I think definitely. I think that's one of my main motivations. I talked about my inspirations and I talked about the growth and development part. I think if I'd been doing music for any other reason, like let's say I was doing music because I wanted to be popular or famous or rich, I would have given up already because those are really hard things to achieve. Those are things that artists who make a lasting impact over decades of hard work because they love making the music, those are things that are a byproduct of that.
Right.
So I think to make something impactful, I think you really have to make it about your own personal growth and journey and therapy. It's been therapy for me, definitely. That's one of the main reasons I'll gravitate towards music out of the turmoil of life. It's something I can express myself with that I'll always have there for me, and it's the best way to. I
It's
think.
also, so if it's healing and it's therapeutic, you're at the same time, you're fulfilling this innate need, it sounds like,
Yes.
to be in the creative process, to take the music out into the world. And then
Yes.
if the byproduct is success in the industry,
Right.
that's even better.
Right.
I think I read that you had some collaborations with some well-known artists. That sounds exciting. Why don't you tell us
through
about
the
that?
grapevine. Well, I've been working with a group of beat producers in California for the last few years and getting all of my beats and licensing and stuff through them. And even though I haven't had anything public out there saying that I've worked with X, Y, or Z person, I've put myself out there into different competitions. And at one point, they started offering me features with well-known names, and then I would decide if I want to purchase those licenses or not. I haven't really met any well-known names face to face, but I've been offered a lot of features with these artists. I think maybe one of the reasons why I haven't worked with them directly yet is because I haven't produced a pro album yet. This is actually currently working on my
That's
first
really
pro album.
exciting.
Thank you. I'm halfway through a 30-song project. I won't give too much away, but I'm working really hard on it. I just completed one song every single week for your challenge.
Wait. That
Yes.
is definitely worth slowing down for a second.
Sure.
One song a week for a year.
Yes.
Challenge.
Yes.
So is it like something that you registered for? Is it
No.
something online you get a prize or?
No, but I won't be surprised if they try to do contests like that. But this was a personal challenge for myself that I decided to do as a way to stay in that creative spirit and do what I loved, and a way to grow myself personally. Because at the time when I started it, I was going through a lot of horrible things in my life that were unexpected. And so it was a way for me to just slow myself down and focus on my passion, my purpose for
So it's
living.
like a goal that you set for yourself
Yes.
to produce, and then you added video.
I did.
Someone wants to know who I am talking to. So
Okay.
please let them know.
Sure.
Thank you, audience.
Yeah, so
Let them know who you are, where they can find you. I know you got a lot of great songs on YouTube because I've been listening to them and learning them too. I love that the more I listen, the more I hear. That's a lot of
Thank you.
fun. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm a recording artist. I've been making music for the last decade on a more serious level. The music's been my passion my whole life. I go by Anthem. My name's
ANTHEM.
THEM.
Anthem.
I think
Easy to remember.
Yes, it's a very prevalent theme in all of my music. I like hooks, and I like the Plus, I just kind of felt natural to me. So that's the recording artist name that I go by. I've been very active the last 10 years in the underground music industry, part of it, and I've made 6 home studio albums over the last decade. I've worked with many different artists and producers, and now I'm working on my first pro album, which is a result of going through this challenge I was talking about. So I'm on YouTube. I did have all of my old home studio albums on all of the platforms, but I took them down recently because I don't like some of the things that are going on in the industry right now with the way that they're compensating artists for royalties with certain platforms.
This has been on and off for a
Yes.
number of years, and I'm not going to name any
me
organizations or
either.
companies, but you're right. I've been hearing that artists are having a difficult time getting compensated or royalties
Sure.
because so much is available
Right.
for free.
True.
So how do you get paid when it's available for free? And from a consumer point of view, I love it. But
Right.
from an artist's point of view, gosh,
It's
that
definitely a
must be
problem.
hard.
It's
yeah.
a problem. I mean, my ultimate goal would be to make a living from my music. And so this is the first time I'm ever producing a pro studio album. So my hope is that it would then propel me into actually making money off my passion. Regardless,
Wonderful.
I'm
Do
gonna
what
still
you
make
love
an
and the
art.
money will follow. Somebody said that. Do what you
I
love and the
agree.
money will
I
follow.
agree.
So, okay, so I'm on YouTube
Yes.
and what am I typing in to get to you? And then
Sure.
I'd love to listen to another piece of your music or something just so
Sure.
that people can jive with it. They can hear the beat. They can have a chance to get to know you a little bit better because before, like when you sang for me without the music, it was like, oh, wow, I was really feeling it. So I'd like for the listeners to be able to have that experience of getting to you on YouTube.
Sure.
So where
so
is that?
If you go to @theman_anthem, which is actually an anagram. So that's what that's
Oh, that's
about.
right, it is.
It is. And actually one of the songs on my upcoming album is called Anagram. But I'm just going to put that
I
out there.
can't wait to hear it.
You want me to play that one? It's pretty silly.
Okay, silly's good. Why not? Let's
Sure,
laugh. Let's
it's-
lighten up. Feel good.
Yeah, it's more of a rap song, so we'll play it.
Thank you for coming into the studio. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me here.
And for bringing your energy and your enthusiasm and your positivity and your warmth and your genuine, heartfelt, passionate desire to speak truth into the world and to be a representative for somebody who believes they can.
Thank you.
And that's what today's about. Like, if you think you can and you believe you can, you will. And
I think so.
this is the epitome of, hey man, Amp here. I'm really cool. It's a happening thing. And now we're in the studio. And thanks to all of those who have helped to make this production happen. It's like, wow, thank you. There's a lot of people and a lot of energy and lights and cameras and action and it's fun.
It's definitely fun. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll play, I guess, Anagram.
Okay.
I must be a pharmaceutical company or insurance for profit, man. That's funny. Or lame game of how the end of the world is coming, which they released on my birthday without even saying I'm sorry. Or find me on the stock exchange. You could trade my assets each and every morning. A group of properties and apartments, my hometown that must have been named for me. I'm a song, a hymn, a praise of gladness, a sacred vocal composition of words from the scriptures. Just remember to be taking off your hats as you can stand or kneel, whatever makes you the happiest. So who am I again? Just anagram, anthem. And what's my name again? Just anagram, the man. So who am I again? Just anagram, anthem.
Right. It's
And what's my
fun.
name again?
It's happening. So it is. I know this is going to land on you. You're going to be like, what? Is she really asking me this? Okay, tell me what the beat is. Because you mentioned, like, I'm with this beat group in California. You mentioned, like, I hear the beat. Like, what's the beat and what else is there that goes into the song? I mean, I know there
Sure.
are lyrics somewhere. I know there's music, but what is that beat?
Well, I mean, there's different styles of them. You can make your own beats, and a lot of artists do. I like to work with artists that primarily focus only on making the beat part, and then I take that and I evolve it by adding lyrics and melodies and
So you'll
structure,
use
song
somebody's
structure.
beat.
Yes.
And then you'll add the lyrics and the music to it.
Right.
So the beat is like the what? Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop,
yeah,
boop,
the musical
boop,
part.
boop.
Yes.
It's like that thing that happens and repeats. And it's
Yes.
like, boop, boop, boop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then I think it's cool too because then if you have a song that hits some success, you're not just celebrating that on your own. You're also celebrating that artist's work.
It's integrative. It's very much part of musicians helping each other to
Right.
lift each other up so that their music can be heard.
Exactly. And I love working in that art form and playing with that medium because it's not something I do all by myself. So I like to share that experience. Music is a transfer of energy you're sharing with people. So I think that goes very in line with it. And so the beat to me is like your platform, that you play and make the rest of the song off of. That would be considered kind of like a boom bap beat, but there's different styles of beats. But yeah, I've been working with a group in California, Legion Beats, Anno Domini, Wishmaster, which are very well known beat producers. Before that, I was working with a guy, Beats for the Soul, who would send me just free beats. And that guy kept me going for years by just sending every few weeks. He would send me a free beat, and I would just.
You don't.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you don't respond to every beat that you get.
No.
Is it talking to you as like a language
Yes.
that speaks to your soul or
Yes.
taps into your creativity?
Definitely. So, like I'll just have a listening session or a writing session because usually I can't start listening to beats without starting writing. I'll get ideas almost right away, very frequently. Occasionally, maybe I'm uninspired, but it's not very often. I just feel like I have an endless source of pool to just like write whatever. And I'll 90% of the time wait for the beat to tell me what I think it should be. And so that's why sometimes I'll rap or sometimes I'll sing or I'll be a little bit of both because I'm like listening to the beat and letting it speak to me and tell me what it needs or what I think it should be. Sometimes it'll just be a phrase that'll spark it off or I'll get a sentence or a melody and then I'll fit the words that match the melody. So 90% of the time that's how I compose. And
So it's a little bit like like a jigsaw puzzle. Like you'll get one
Yeah.
part, another part. But the two things that are really standing out, number one is a quality that not everybody has, and that is to listen,
yes.
to wait, to trust, even to surrender.
Oh, and I
'Cause-
was going to add this to that because
Yeah, go on, because we're on the
Well,
same
I
page.
always start the process because, like we were talking about, if it's a therapy and it's like a passion, it's a way of life for me. So I start my sessions by going listening to music. It's like therapy. So like I always start with a prayer and pray for the best thing to flow out of me, like I'm a vessel that's just channeling it.
Is that your prayer? Allow me to be a vessel.
Not an actual. Well, actually, that is a new prayer.
What's the prayer? I want to hear the
You
prayer.
want to hear my new prayer?
Yes, I do.
And this is partly after we spoke the other day when we were having lunch. Okay, so I wrote myself
Oh,
a New
thank
Year's.
you. You wrote me such a beautiful note after our lunch.
I wrote myself a New Year's prayer. That's my resolution is to pray it every day. So it goes, Dear Lord, you know the longings of my heart. Help me let go of my anxiety and stress. I am your vessel, O Lord. Your will be done. Thank you, Lord, for giving me life and being by my side through all I've been through. In the name of Jesus, I will never let go of you, my Lord. Amen.
Amen. Wow. That says it all. That's like, I honor you. I know you honor me. And together we get to honor the process
Yeah, so I
of
think
what comes through as a vessel. Beautiful.
music is very much that way. I think the more I open myself up to channeling it through me, the better I can express how I'm feeling, being open to whatever it might speak to me. Now, there is occasionally the other 10% of the time where I'll get an idea on a topic or something first before I've listened to any beats. And then that will then inspire me to like I'll start writing lyrics, especially like if I'm in the mood to write and I'm not currently in a listening session, sometimes I'll just start writing. And I've had songs materialize that way. And then you find a beat that might match or you find a beat that's close enough. And then when you start looking at the lyrics you've written to the beat that you think it might go with, they change slightly and ends up becoming a song. So I've also written that way, but it's more often than not the other way.
The other way, through the listening. And the
Right.
other word that really strongly stands out for you is someone who I think is very disciplined.
Oh,
I
thank
really
you.
get that you discipline yourself to be aligned with listening, with doing your work. You produced a musical video and created a song every single day for a year.
No, week.
Every single week for a year.
Right.
Right. That's
But-
what I meant. That's
yeah,
what I meant.
But
Thanks.
every single day, I mean, there's probably
Every
somebody
single
out there.
week. No, nobody's doing it
That would
every
be a
single
lot,
day. But
but-
every week for a
Yes.
year. And you self-impose that. And I think that takes a lot of discipline. And I want you to
Thank you.
tell me, because that's the one thing I lack is discipline. And I
Okay.
want you to tell me, please,
Sure.
what I can do to be more disciplined. Now we're going to make
Well,
this
okay.
Liz's therapy
No, that's
session.
that's fine. If you get something from my experience, I hope so. Like
of
that's one of the reasons
course.
why I do it. But I think discipline. It didn't start out as that. It started out as like my passion. Where the discipline came in was my my ambition and thrive to want to be better. So in the personal growth, and then you start adding the discipline in so you can achieve that. So, like when I started the challenge, first I was like, okay, I want to do something that inspires me to be creative and stay in the creative process. And I want to become a better artist. And I want to learn to sing and rap and do all these things better because I wasn't getting, I wanted to have more success with my passion. So I challenged myself. I can do one song every single week for a year. There's a few other well-known artists who have achieved success doing that. Like Russ did that, and some other artists have done it and achieved success. So I thought, well, I could at least do that. So then I started, and some people will do a stockpile of songs first, and so they have a little bit more of a cushion. But I kind of really have a lot of that. Maybe like 3 songs I had already made, which kind of got me started to write. And so I started the process, and I was like, well, if I make this song, I might as well, record and like film me just like performing it. And that's how I can release it. So then I did that, but it very quickly grew because my creative juices started flowing. You get into the creation process, and it actually energizes you,
Right.
and then you want to do more. And so like I just kept adding more to it, not because I was trying to like tax myself out, but because I was inspired to.
So the discipline was required
Definitely.
until you were inspired.
Well, I
It's
think
like
it's still required
both.
because you hit those weeks where you're doing so much. You're like, how could I possibly keep going? And so it's at those moments where you're feeling weak or tired that the discipline comes in.
And you get to use that prayer.
Right. Well, yes, that's a new prayer for me.
Prayer is good medicine.
That's a new prayer for me. I mean, I've always said prayers, but and I just wrote it a couple days ago.
I like it. You make me feel good as a human being. It's like I like your energy. I like the attention that you put on your creative process. I like how you felt the first time you walked into the room as someone who is literally on a mission.
Yes.
So I feel like you're on a mission. What is your mission?
Oh man.
Oh, man.
I would hope that it's my passion and personal growth. It's a personal story for me. It's how I deal with life. It's how I go through the ups and downs. I've been through so much in 38 years, and I had some really rough times. And it was a way for me to hold on to something. The only thing I've been able to hold on to. And so it's like my life raft, my boat. But as far as like having a mission beyond saving myself and being a better person, I would hope that all the things that I've lived through and all the music that I've made might inspire others, especially if I get to the point where the industry decides to finally shine a spotlight on me, and I see success with
I'm
my new
shining
album.
the
I know
spotlight
you
on
are.
you today. We are.
I appreciate it. No, but when I get to that point, it'll be a wonderful, amazing moment in that journey. And I would hope that people could see that story of, when they learn of all the things that I've been through, that they might
can
find
get through.
inspiration. And
Yeah.
maybe someone who's an inspiring artist can make that transition from inspiring artist to actual artist, or they can get this. It can help them in the same way it's helped me.
So
would
you
be
see,
my
we
hope.
have a camera over there, and if you talk to the camera,
Yes.
you can talk to your fans.
You can do it. You can
So
do it.
tell your fans what you want them to know about you,
Sure.
how to find you, and how
Yes.
they can support you.
We will put some links in the video, so that'll make it easy for you to find me. But I am on YouTube at @theman_anthem, and this album is called The Man. It's going to be released. I'm pushing for sometime in 2025 here, It's going to be a big project with lots of videos and well-known names, so you can look for it. You can follow me now, though, on YouTube and check out all of the rough draft songs that I've done for the challenge. And yeah, I also have some other links on my YouTube. Like I have a Linktree that goes to all my social media and a Bandcamp page where you can get all my old albums. They're still available there if you want to buy them, but they're all, home studio.
I am inspired.
Thank you. Appreciate
I really am. I am inspired. I am grateful. I am in a grateful state. I've really appreciated getting a chance to meet you, to learn about you.
Thank you.
We all have had, tough times. But when I hear you talk about your tough times, and you haven't spoken about them specifically, I believe you.
Oh,
I'm like, there's part of me that wants to say, oh, come on, you're 38 years old. I mean, what
Right.
kinds of tough times can you have?
Right.
But there's another part of me that says he knows what he's talking about. And he's had it, and it's been rough. And it's like getting up and seeing a mountain and going, you know what? I'm supposed to climb that mountain.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing. Every day you push yourself more, and you've got that inner incentive and that inner drive. And that's what shines from you. So
Thank you.
I'm very grateful. Thank you for joining me
Of
here
course.
on the Sterling Spin. And it's Liz Sterling, and I thank you so much for joining us. And this has been great and fun, and kisses and hugs. And it was Joan Rivers, and I always remember at the end of her programs and when she came into my studio, I was like, Joan, I love you. And she's like, Liz, I love you too. So I love you. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you again soon. Bye.